3. It's actually after school. 4:16 to be exact. I'm about ready to head out for the day. So what did we do today? Today they did test corrections. So they took a test on Friday. I graded them. There was a lot of messing around during the test, and that was making me really upset and frustrated. Because they know better. They know not to talk during a test because they've been doing that since elementary school. Like, that's a standard thing. You don't talk during tests. But they wanted to act as if they didn't know that, and they've been acting fools for the last few days and stuff. So that was one thing that I've been dealing with, like behavior-wise, and trying to get that under control because that's not acceptable. I really think for my next test, I am going to very much enforce the fact that if I hear you talking at all, I will take your test, I will rip it up, and you get a 0 with no opportunity to retake. Like, just a 0. And it'll just take one student in each class, probably. That happens to, and it'll be over. And that sounds really mean and harsh, and I understand that, but you can't talk during tests. You just can't. So that's what we were doing today. Sorry, this is a little cricket's bugging me. Then while they were taking tests, I've been prepping for kind of the rest of the week, just because I play it week by week. I was so good before and having everything ready for like 2 weeks out, and I'm not that way anymore. I try, I'm just not. But today what I did do is I made my section 3.1 notes, my 3.1 continued because this was going to be broken up into a couple days. I made copies of a puzzle time. I made the comprehension check for 3.1. And then after school today, I need to bring this up to the copy room tomorrow. But I made the chapter 3 homework packet. There's like 70 some odd problems in here. Like, they're going to hate me. But they should be pretty simple. Like, none of them are like so hard that you're like, ugh. It shouldn't be that way. But then again, I'm always like that, and it always turns out to be like that. And so we'll see how it goes. So tomorrow I have to go get that copied, kind of a thing. The other thing that like was really bugging me today, really bugging me, is on Mondays we have a room in our building that has a bunch of like different foods and snacks and stuff like that. And we have found that if you provide it in the classroom, and not every classroom does this, but a lot of the resource classrooms do. If you provide the food in the classroom, the students, obviously they'll eat it. But then it'll make the students that need it more likely to take it because everyone's eating. And so, yeah, you're feeding a lot more people than you really need to with like this free food. But it's getting to the people that need it because they don't feel isolated going to like that other special room by themselves and selecting things and stuff like that. So it just makes it ready and available. That being said, I'm frustrated. I go on Mondays and I get things that I feel will last the week if people treat it correctly. I had like a whole package of the cup of noodles at the beginning of the day. That's like 16 or so. I'm down to 1. I have 1 more left, and I've had students take more than 1 today. That's not okay. And it's also, I know that it's the students that have food available to them, and so they're taking it away from the students that actually need it. There's other small snacks like granola bars. I went through 2 boxes of Pop-Tarts today. I had a student take almost 5 juice boxes today. And so tomorrow we're gonna have a nice conversation with all my classes. I already had it with my 5th hour, but we're gonna have a nice conversation with everyone before anyone gets any food or anything tomorrow. and be like, that's not acceptable, that's not appropriate, that's not acceptable. I even had a student come in after school, not even after school, my 5th hour was still going on, and he walked in to get food, and he's fine. He doesn't need it. His parents have stated he does not need it. And one, he shouldn't even be in my classroom at that time, because he shouldn't be. And to come in here, it was unacceptable. So that was my other, like, gripe, I guess you could say, about the day. And we're going to talk about it, and we're going to discuss it, and we're going to have a nice conversation about it, because it's, like I said, I don't mind that they eat. I don't mind that I have this food available and that we use the food and we use those resources. But they need to understand that it's not something to abuse, or else it'll be gone, kind of a thing. Because if people realize that it's being abused a lot, I have a few students in my classes that the only time that they eat is really when they come to school. I have that. And they're not getting what they need that I'm providing, because before they even come into the class, everyone else just cleans me out, and that's not okay. And so we're going to have a nice discussion tomorrow about that. Trying to think if there's anything else. Nothing else really happened today. I did finish a task in my one of my master's classes, so I have 3 more to go. I'm gonna work on one of them this week. It's kind of at the point where I'm like a task a week. I need to get a task done a week, and then I'll be good to go. And so I need to work on the second task, go home and look at what it entails, and figure out my game plan and carving out the time to do that. I'm getting observed tomorrow during 5th hour, so we'll see how everything goes. I feel very discombobulated today. It's Monday. But I'm gonna get going because I need to go get something for my kids to eat for dinner, which I don't want to do. It's gonna be junk. I don't want junk. I didn't want junk. I don't know what to do. I have to call my husband and figure out what exactly we're doing. But I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So, bye. Hey y'all. It's the end of the day, and I'm about ready to go home. I was supposed to get observed today, but the person who was supposed to observe me was running late, and so came in like the last 2 minutes of class. So I wasn't observed today. I'll get observed a different time. Not a big deal. It's probably actually for the best, because I was done like 20 minutes early with my classes today. Like, it was a pretty simple thing to do. Probably gonna go home and do sections 3.2 notes. I'm gonna make those. I've been working on my homework here at school today, which was, I had to actually draw something, so it's been kind of relaxing of a homework day because I had to just draw something. So yeah, pretty much it. Today we did functions, just describing if sets of order pairs are a function or not, and they caught on really fast to that, and so I was really happy about that. And so tomorrow we're gonna go just a little further into that, determining if something's a function or not by looking at a graph, kind of a thing. So we're gonna do that. But I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go spend time with my family. I'm going to possibly go to bed early tonight. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey everyone. It's the end of the day again. I'm about to leave, so I figured I'd just catch you up on what we did today. We took notes. We did section 3.1 continued. Again, that doesn't probably mean much to you guys. We used the Big Ideas Math 1 curriculum, if anyone's familiar with that. And I make my own notes for it. And so yesterday we did 3.1. I broke the lesson up into 2 different sections. I think I'm going to do that a lot with this chapter. I'm kind of reformatting the way that I do things. So we're going to spend a day doing the lesson, and then if we have time to do the puzzle time, I'll do the puzzle time, And then the following day after we're done with the lesson and the puzzle time, we'll spend the time, it'll be like a homework day where they ask questions, where we can make sure that they're really getting the understanding, and then they do that comprehension check that day. So we get a good solid 3 days at least on each section to hopefully build a better understanding, because I feel like they get it, but they don't believe that they get it. So I'm trying to really build that strong understanding with them. After school today, because it's now past 5 o'clock, I made 3.2 notes. I need to make a continued one for that. That's pretty much it. Like, that took it takes a lot to make these notes. So I do need to make the continued at home. I have other stuff that I have to get done at home as well. But I will let you guys go so I can go home and eat dinner and spend time with my kids, my family. Because I know my oldest had a rough day at school today. His teacher emailed me. He's been having a lot of rough days at school. So I need to go home and possibly diffuse that and talk to him. So I will let you guys go, and I will see you tomorrow on Halloween. Bye. Good morning. I'm going to take off my glasses because there's glare. Today it's Halloween, so happy Halloween. Our department dressed up as like a baseball team, and we're kind of like, I mean this in the nicest way possible. We live in an area that, like, it's a lot of farmland, a lot of country, and a lot of kids are really proud to say it, but they're Hicks. And so we went with like a camo sleeve, but it says MC for the school that I work for, and Chaos. So we're MC Chaos, we're Team Chaos. And so I got a hat from Walmart, and I used my Cricut to put Chaos on my hat as well. So we're a baseball team, special ed department. We all have matching shirts. On the back it has my name and the number 8. So we're all baseball team members. Today I'm really excited. So we're going to do a Harry Potter escape room. My coworker and I created this escape room ourselves, so we didn't buy it off of TPT or anything. So that we were able to use the skills that we teach on a day-to-day basis within the escape room, kind of like a review, like an overall cumulative review of things. So I'm excited that we're doing that. We are using Google surveys as the way that they unlock things. So they have to solve a problem correctly in order for the next clue to come up, kind of a thing. And there are 7 clues before they get it. And then I bought a ton of Krispy Kreme donuts this morning. And so when they're done with it, everyone gets one, even if they finish the escape room or not. I'm hoping students do finish, but they can get a donut as soon as they are done with the escape room. And that's if they actually fill out, they're all participating. 1 second. Because in conjunction with the digital portion where they input their answers, that's only going to be 1 Chromebook per team that uses that. So we're not having, because we were considering, a lot of people would use Google Classroom and assign it to everybody, but our students don't use Google Classroom. That's something that's mostly used in the elementary school. Here we use Canvas, which I'm not really familiar with Canvas at all. My coworker's not really familiar with Canvas at all. So we couldn't really assign it through Canvas. Maybe next year I'll get more familiar with that system and that program, and so I'd be able to do that. But pretty much we emailed it to ourselves, and we're gonna pull up our own accounts and open it up on their Chromebooks at their tables, and they'll each team gets a Chromebook, kind of a thing. But to guarantee that everybody's participating in this activity, I created a worksheet. And so it just says Harry Potter Escape Room. There are 7 boxes in here, and this is where they'll actually show their work. So every single person has to fill this out so that every person's sharing their work, showing the work. So the thing is also, their secondary math 2 problems, and my secondary math 1 students have no idea how to do that. And some of the secondary math 2 students won't remember how to do what we've been doing. And so we're going to be partnering up them, grouping them in, so that there's somebody in each of the groups that know how to do at least all of the problems. And then they have to communicate and use teamwork in order to solve them, because they can't just do it on their own. Some of them they're going to need each other to help each other out. So we're hoping that this really helps build like a teamwork activity as well, and where they're not getting frustrated with each other and stuff like that. But that is the plan for today. My battery is about to die, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Maybe tonight I'll let you know how it went, but I have to charge my battery. But I'll definitely talk to you guys tomorrow. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Hello. Take off my glasses. Today's Friday. Happy Friday. We're making it through the week. Today's actually kind of a chill day. I assigned them some homework that they get to work on today, and they also get to do their comprehension check, and they get after they do their bell ringer, which is a rare writing response. So that's Friday. Yesterday, for the most part, the activity went well. There were some students who did not seem to appreciate it very much, but you know, you win some, you lose some. But I wanted to go over something with you guys really quick. So here in the state of Utah where I live, and I don't know if it's like this for every state or if it's just in Utah, you get what's called legislative money. So it's money that teachers get per year to purchase things for their classroom. And so this is the first thing that I've gotten, like, from the school, that they're like, hey, you have this amount of money, you can spend it on things for your classroom. And so I want to show you what I did purchase with that. Some of that money is going towards a grant as well, because in our district it's called Tools for Schools. It's a $200 like grant that we apply for, which you get, like, if you just apply for it, you get it, kind of a thing. So some of my legislative money is going to cover what I applied for that, because I was going to go over by like 10-20 bucks. And that's to get 3 yoga ball office chairs. So those are things that I'm not having to purchase, and that I'm actually getting grants and using my legislative money for these things that I have. So I'm going to do an unboxing for you guys. So we have a Amazon business account at our school. So all I had to do was go on and apply, like, not apply, but like purchase the things. And oh, this came today. And then they just sent it through Amazon, and like my principal had to approve it, kind of a thing. But this is, like I said, this is great because it's stuff that I didn't have to buy and everything. So I got 200 laminating pouches with my legislative money, because I laminate a lot of things so that I can reuse it from year to year, and I was running out and I didn't want to purchase more at the time. So with my legislative money, I got this. And with the legislative money, you can purchase things like candy for your classroom, stuff like that. There's really no limit on what you can or cannot buy with this legislative money. Okay, so the next thing I got, I have a whiteboard calendar up here, and we use like Expo markers for it, but they were like really thick, and so it was really hard to get everything that we needed up there. And so I got ultra fine tip Expo markers to use for my calendar. So I'm gonna put these in my drawer and let the person who does my calendar know that they're there. I have an aide that does that for me once a month. I then also purchased some, just they're not ultra fine tip, they're just fine tip. So they're not ultra fine tip, they're just the fine tip markers, and these are going to be used for the students to use like on whiteboards, stuff like that, so they don't have to use my nice pretty colored Expo markers, which I got more of those. I got 2 more packs of, like, I'm Expo marker crazy, so I have 2 more packages of Expo markers. So all together, ultra fine tip, regular Expo markers, and then the ones for my students to use. And there are 36 in here. So lots of Expo markers with this legislative money. The next thing that I purchased was a tape dispenser with extra tape. I've had students come up to me, hey, do you have any tape? Do you have any tape? Nope, I don't. And I refuse to buy it on with my own money because I don't want to. And so I got it with my legislative money. So I have tape that I got with my legislative money. And then I did with my Donors Choose project, I got whiteboards, and I love using the whiteboards for like just basic math problems, equations, and stuff like that. But we're starting to get into graphing now as well. And so I purchased, it's a set of, I believe, 10, which is plenty for my class. It has a grid. And so this will help us like when we're doing our graphing, having it, do it on here if we're doing it together as a class kind of a thing. So I used this for that. So some of those, they're like kind of flimsy. They're not the best quality, but that's okay. And then I got a set of 20 rulers. Again, because I have all this graphing stuff that we're going to be doing, and having rulers so that they can have a nice straight line will be really beneficial to them. So I got a classroom set of rulers. So there's that box. The last thing I got is just colored markers, regular Crayola washable markers. I got this kit because I could just kind of fill up, I have a drawer designated to markers, and I figured I could just open this up and just take out a bunch and put them in there and then store this on one of my back shelves, the ones that aren't being used at the time. But that's what I got with my legislative money. I think altogether was around $150 for everything that I got. The markers, the rulers, like just everything. I think it was around $150. But that was $150 that I didn't have to come out of my own pocket this time. And that was awesome. That was really nice. And I'm still going to be getting at some point the yoga ball office chairs as well. So that's going to be a really nice thing to get in here. So I'll have 3 of those. So that's everything that I got with my legislative money. So, and this is probably going to be the end of this week's vlog. So you got a little unboxing, you got just kind of, it's been a really up and down week. Like mostly up, down as like I'm just exhausted, tired. I feel like I'm finally hitting like that brick wall where I'm like, what am I doing? But this weekend I really need to put together some notes, pages for next week, because I realize I'm getting observed 4 times next week. 4 times. Twice in one day within the same period. So that's gonna be fun. So it's gonna be a crazy week for me next week. So I'm gonna hop off this. I'm gonna sit back and relax for about 10 more minutes before the bell rings for my next class, and I'm gonna leave here pretty early today because I just want to go home and relax and spend time with my family. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.